Disclaimer, the majority of this video is going to be my opinion. If you disagree with my opinion, then that's okay. Although, please do not leave any unnecessary hate, as that creates a toxic environment. Thank you in advance. First things first, I won't be taking a break from Clash Royale. You may feel a little bit clickbaited by this title, but I titled this video, Taking a Break from Clash Royale, for a reason. The main reason is because this is something that I've been feeling for a really long time now, really ever since the beginning of May. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I've been starting to get a little bit bored with Clash Royale, and the more important emotion that I'm feeling than being bored is the fact that I am getting frustrated with the game. I'm sure that this is something a lot of you guys have realized because in my live streams, I tend to rage a lot when playing matches on ladder. It's a very common occurrence here on the channel. In this video, I'll be talking about why I've started to become bored and frustrated with Clash Royale, and also some things that I would like to see from Clash Royale in the future. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Also, one more thing is that while I'm recording this video, there's some thunder and lightning going on in the background, so if you hear any big rumbles or anything like that, then that's what's happening. Also, before I start talking, there's something that I want to clarify really quick, and that is the fact that I'm going to get kind of critical about Clash Royale during this video. The main reason for me getting critical isn't because I hate the game. It's not because of that at all, but it is actually the exact opposite. It's because I love this game with all of my heart, and that's something that I want you guys to recognize. I wouldn't be putting the time into critiquing Clash Royale if it was a game that I didn't care about, but I'm putting all this time into critiquing the state of the game and Clash Royale in general because I love this game so much and because it has had such a major impact on my life personally. If I didn't care about this game, then you wouldn't be seeing this video right now. As I said earlier, the first major thing I want to talk about is why I've become so frustrated with Clash Royale, and it all boils down to one major word: redundancy. The last time that SuperCell truly changed how you play Clash Royale was in 2017, which was with the introduction of the touchdown game mode. Apart from that, Clash Royale has either been a classic 1v1 game mode or a classic 2v2 game mode. Now you can argue that game modes such as Draft, Ramp Up, Ghost Parade, Wall Breaker Party, or any game modes like that, even Heist, you can argue that any game modes like this have changed the way that you play Clash Royale, but really the overall objective of the game stays the same, which is to take your enemy's towers. One fix that SuperCell could add to Clash Royale, which I think would be really cool and that would bring a lot of players back, is some sort of PvE style game mode. Another SuperCell game integrated the PvE aspect pretty well, with that of course being Brawl Stars and its game modes being Boss Fight and Robo Rumble. If Clash Royale could add something like this, where say you in one player or you in two other people could use decks and then use those decks to take out waves of incoming troops, let's just say Elite Barbarians for example. Let's say you and three other players use decks and take out waves of ensuing Elite Barbarians with, you know, like every 5 waves or so, there being like one big boss that you have to take out. I think that would be something that would be really sick. I personally have always been a fan of games and game modes like this, which is why I've been a fan of Call of Duty Zombies for such a long time. And if Clash Royale were to implement something like this, I would fall in love with this game all over again. Don't hate on me if you think this idea is garbage. I could honestly see why some of you guys would think that, but I'm just providing some ideas that I think SuperCell could add to Clash Royale to make it a little bit more spicy. Ladder has honestly been a major problem of Clash Royale, mainly because of Clash Royale's somewhat slow and weak progression system. I get so many complaints of people that are like level 10 and they'll consistently go up against players that are level 12 and 13, and while these level 10s are good players, they will consistently lose to these players just simply because of tower levels and card levels. Right now, I believe that this is the biggest issue in Clash Royale and something that I believe needs to be fixed pretty dang soon. This doesn't necessarily affect me, considering that I'm in a position right now where I can put money into Clash Royale consistently, but this does affect a wide player base in Clash Royale. And trust me, I didn't always have YouTube ad revenue. I've only been monetized on YouTube since December of 2019. So for those of you that are free to play in Clash Royale, I can honestly understand where you're coming from, because really up until 2018, 2019, I was in the same boat as all of you guys. So I have a couple of things that would really help out the state of ladder. The first thing that I want to talk about is actually an algorithm change. Currently, when you're being matched up against another player in Clash Royale, the algorithm looks at a couple of things. It looks at the trophy count that you currently have, and also whether or not you are on a win or loss streak. Other than that, Clash Royale looks at nothing else. else. If Supercell would have changed the ladder matchmaking algorithm where it would take tower levels and also card levels into account, this would solve a lot of problems. Now, in theory, this sounds like something it would be easy for the Clash Royale team to implement, but that would mean they basically have to redesign the whole algorithm about these two major things. And since I know a lot about programming, I know 3 different programming languages, and I'm pretty active in programming and coding and algorithms and stuff like that, I can understand that this would be something that would be really hard for Clash Royale to implement. Another way to fix the issue of ladder in Clash Royale would be to simply increase the speed at which players can progress in the game. Challenge tokens are something that have been discussed in the Clash Royale community for quite some time now, and if Supercell were to implement a system like this, then it could help increase progression a lot. Out of all the ways to progress in Clash Royale, grand challenges are one of the best ways to max out your account really fast, but there's a few problems with grand challenges, and those are they are expensive, and also it takes a lot of skill to get 9, 10, 11, or 12 wins in a grand challenge. If challenge tokens could be implemented into the game, where say players could use a token and unlock a free entry into a grand challenge, this would fix the problem of people not doing a lot of grand challenges, and that is the fact that they cost 100 gems. Although I guarantee if this were to be implemented, some people would still complain because they're just not good enough to get those high wins in grand challenges. Now, I could talk about things such as Supercell buffing the contents that you get inside of chests, or the return of things like Gem Rush, but to be honest, I feel like these things really aren't too realistic in Clash Royale. In fact, Drew, the community manager for Clash Royale, actually came out on Reddit and explained why Gem Rush probably isn't going to come back into Clash Royale. Next, I'm going to talk about what I want to see from Clash Royale in the future. On top of all of the other things that I've talked about during this video, another thing that I would love to see from Supercell and the Clash Royale team is better communication from the developers. Every now and then we'll get a few posts from developers on the Clash Royale subreddit. Then of course, at the beginning of every month, we will get a new 3 or 4 minute TV Royale episode, but really that is about it. I really hate to keep comparing Clash Royale to Brawl Stars, but I gotta do it for this time as well, because the Brawl Stars developer team and community team is killing it. The big 3, Frank, Ryan, and Danny, who all work for Brawl Stars, are always consistently interacting with the player base in Brawl Stars on all social media platforms, with the biggest one being Twitter, which is really commendable by them. If the Clash Royale team were to communicate more with the player base, I feel like that this could relieve a lot of unneeded tension in the Clash Royale community and also result in a lot less toxicity. Recently, Drew, one of the community managers for Clash Royale, came out on Reddit with a huge post addressing things with the next update, and of course I talked about Gem Rush and a bunch of things like that, but if they would do like one of those, say every month or so, then it would relieve a lot of tension. And also, you guys gotta admit, the Clash Royale community, especially on Reddit, is super toxic. I honestly never go on the Clash Royale subreddit because every time I go on there, I'm just bombarded with toxicity and hate toward the game, and it's just not a good environment for me. But in reality, the biggest thing that I want to see from Clash Royale in the future is I want them to take more risks with new updates. Clash Royale is honestly doing a really phenomenal job with maintaining the game and also establishing one of the biggest mobile esports leagues in the entire world, which is really awesome, but I want to see them take risks. Honestly, it seems like the Clash Royale team is a little bit complacent with the game. That's something I could totally be wrong about, but that's just the impression that I'm getting. Yes, taking risks can 100% lead to failure. One of Clash Royale's most prominent examples of taking a risk with failure is the touchdown update. That did not go well at all, but taking risks can also lead to many rewards, which has been the case with so many other Clash Royale updates. 2 examples I can think of off the top of my head are the Clan War update and the Pass Royale update, which are actually 2 somewhat recent updates. Both of these updates resulted in tons of positivity from the community, and they were both incredible risks that the Clash Royale team had to take. Why can I not say the word risks? That's such a hard word to say. I don't know why. I love Clash Royale so much, and I want to see nothing but success for this game. It's honestly a little sad for me to go on social media and see people constantly complaining about this game and constantly calling it a dead game, but at the same time, I can honestly see why they do so. I want absolutely nothing but the best for Clash Royale. And if anyone from Supercell just so happens to be watching this video, you guys are doing a really good job over there in Helsinki, Finland. And I wish you guys nothing but the best in the future of Clash Royale and really all of your games. Well, hello there, those of you that actually watched the video all the way through, even past the intro. I just thought I would throw this little segment at the end of the video for those of you that really do watch all of my videos, and I just want to say a big thank you to all of you guys. Now, I say thank you a lot for your support all the time, but really, you guys are the best fan base and audience I could ask for. The 2,300 and so people that are subscribed to me, I think are the best people in the entire world. The SolarFury squad is going to take over YouTube one day, and you guys are helping me do that day by day. I appreciate it. We're averaging like 15 subscribers a day, which is unheard of for me. I have never done that before. I never thought I would see numbers like that at all. We're getting like 1 to 1,500,000 views per day. Actually, it's more upward of 1,500 to 2,000 views per day, which is insane. I'm just talking about numbers now. It may seem like I'm bragging, but I just want to show my thanks to you guys. You guys have started to make one of my dreams into a reality. I had always dreamed of becoming a YouTuber growing up, watching guys like Syndicate, Captain Sparkles. Geez, bro, I can't even. There's so many YouTubers I've watched in the past that I've just wanted to be like and idolize. And I'm on the road to doing that. I'm on the road to becoming a YouTuber. And you guys are a big part of that. And so I want to thank you guys so much for that. It really does mean the world to me. But now I'm finally going to end this video. This is SolarFury signing off. Peace out, guys. Have a nice day.